Another miraculous aspect of the Quran is its prediction of future events, all of which have so far been fulfilled. This is one of the proofs that the Quran is the Word of God. The 27th verse of Surat al-Fath, for example, gave the believers glad tidings that they would conquer Mecca, which was then under the occupation of pagans. God has confirmed his messenger's vision with truth. You will enter the Masjid al-Haram in safety, God willing, shaving your heads and cutting your hair without any fear. He knew what you did not know and ordained, in place of this, an imminent victory. In close consideration, the verse is seen to announce yet another victory that will take place before the victory of Mecca. Indeed, as stated in the verse, the believers first conquered the Khaybar fortress, which was under the control of the Jews, and then entered Mecca. Another piece of news that the Quran gives about the future is found in the first verses of Surat al-Rum, which refers to the Byzantine Empire, the eastern part of the later Roman Empire. In these verses, it is stated that the Byzantine Empire had met with a great defeat, but that it would soon gain victory. The Romans have been defeated in the lowest land, but after their defeat they will themselves be victorious within 3 to 9 years. The affair is God's from beginning to end. These verses were revealed around 620, almost 7 years after the severe defeat of Christian Byzantium at the hands of the Persians in 1613 and 1614, when the Byzantines lost Jerusalem. Yet it was revealed in the verses that Byzantium would shortly be victorious. In fact, Byzantium had then suffered such heavy losses that it seemed impossible for it to even maintain its existence, let alone be victorious again. Following their defeat of the Byzantines at Antioch in 613, the Persians seized control of Damascus, Cilicia, Tarsus, Armenia, and Jerusalem. The loss of Jerusalem in 614 was particularly traumatic for the Byzantines, for the Church of the Holy Sepulchre was destroyed and the Persians seized the true cross, the symbol of Christianity. Not only the Persians, but also Avars, Slavs, and Lombards posed serious threats to the Byzantine Empire. The Avars had come as far as the walls of Constantinople. The Byzantine Emperor Heraclius had ordered the gold and silver in churches to be melted and turned into money in order to meet the expenses of the army. Many governors had revolted against Emperor Heraclius, and the empire was on the point of collapse. Mesopotamia, Cilicia, Syria, Palestine, Egypt, and Armenia, which earlier belonged to Byzantium, were invaded by the idolater Persians. In short, everyone was expecting the Byzantine Empire to be destroyed. But right at that moment, the first verses of Surat al-Rum were revealed announcing that Byzantium would gain triumph in 3 to 9 years. This predicted victory seemed so impossible that the Arab polytheists thought it would never come true. Like all the other predictions in the Quran, however, this one also came true. In 622, Heraclius gained a number of victories over the Persians and conquered Armenia. In December 627, a decisive battle between Byzantium and the Persian Empire was fought at Nineveh, some 50 kilometers east of the Tigris River near Baghdad. The Byzantine army defeated the Persians again. A few months later, the Persians had to make an agreement with Byzantium, which obligated them to return the territories they had taken from them. The Byzantine victory was completed when Emperor Heraclius defeated the Persian ruler Khosrow II in 630, recaptured Jerusalem, and regained the true cross for the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. At the end, the victory of the Romans, proclaimed by God in the Quran, miraculously came true within the verses stated 3 to 9 years time frame. Another miracle revealed in these verses is the announcement of a geographical fact that could not be discovered by anyone in that period. In the third verse of Surat Ar-Rum, we are informed that the Romans had been defeated in the lowest region of the earth. This expression, Adna al-Ard in Arabic, is interpreted as a nearby place in many translations. Yet this is not the literal meaning of the original statement, but rather a figurative interpretation of it. The word Adna in Arabic, derived from the word Dani, which means low, means the lowest. The word Ard means world. Therefore, the expression Adna al-Ard means the lowest place on earth. The Dead Sea, one of the regions in which the Byzantines were defeated in 1613 and 1614, is the lowest region on earth. As stated earlier, for Christian Byzantium, the loss of the true cross was the heaviest blow in that defeat in Jerusalem, located near the shores of the Dead Sea. At 399 meters below sea level, the Dead Sea is the lowest place on Earth's surface. This means that the Byzantines were defeated at the lowest part of the world, just as stated in the verse. The most interesting point lies in the fact that the altitude of the Dead Sea could only be measured with modern measurement techniques. Before that, it was impossible for anyone to know that it was the lowest region on the surface of the earth. Yet, this region was stated to be the lowest point on the earth in the Quran. Hence, this provides another evidence that the Quran is divine revelation.